The code is done. The latest feature is compiled, the pull request is approved, and development is complete. But before anything can ship, it needs to pass one final high-friction test: stakeholder approval. Sharing a standard web link is the fastest way to get eyes on the work, but a simple URL opened on a laptop monitor provides zero context for how that interface will actually behave or feel when accessed on an end-user's smartphone. To solve that, teams often spin up full staging environments. Mirroring production takes hours of configuration, requires managing complex databases, and burns through thousands of dollars in cloud computing costs just to test a single update. This chart illustrates the deployment gap. Between finishing code and launching live, developers are forced to choose between bridges that either break under the weight of real testing or take entirely too long to build. Without a reliable way to cross this divide, development teams are trapped. They either risk pushing buggy software out to live users, or they watch their sprint velocity grind to a halt while waiting on bloated review cycles. Xuda preview deployments offer a streamlined path across this gap. They generate a live, easily shareable simulation of your application that reviewers can access immediately, without setting up a dedicated staging server. Instead of a raw web page, that shareable link expands into a fully interactive device simulator. Reviewers see the application rendered exactly as it would appear inside a specific phone frame, complete with mobile layout constraints. The environment is highly customizable. Developers can toggle between web, smartphone, PC, and server platform views, ensuring quality assurance teams are evaluating the precise user experience intended for that specific hardware. Before sending the link, developers use the launch configuration menu to dictate exact parameters. You can lock in a build version, choose a routing program, and pass global variables so the reviewer lands exactly where they need to be. When non-technical stakeholders test a new feature inside an accurate, constrained device simulator, their feedback becomes highly specific. Aligning what developers build with what reviewers see eliminates the confusion of mismatched testing environments. But surface-level visuals only test user interface design. To validate performance under pressure, a preview environment has to execute code with the exact same back-end architecture as a live production environment. During setup, teams can link their preview to an existing data center or instantly provision a new one. This ensures the simulation is running close to the target audience with highly predictable latency. This dashboard demonstrates Xuda's performance tiers. Developers allocate hardware by dialing in exactly how much CPU, RAM, and storage the workload requires. Computing mode routes where code runs, shifting processing between the client, a web worker, or the server node. By provisioning real data center hardware and precise compute logic for a temporary environment, teams can run aggressive load tests. They capture accurate, real-world performance metrics without ever touching the live production servers. To maintain absolute data security during these tests, every single preview deployment is spun up on a private, fully isolated server. Because the compute resources are isolated, a team can run several of these deployments concurrently. Multiple developers can test different code branches at the same time, each utilizing independent configuration settings. Teams can further test edge case behaviors by enabling automatic backups or triggering offline access mode. Developers observe how the application reacts when network conditions deteriorate. This complete separation of resources means quality assurance teams can push the software to its breaking point. They can iterate, crash the system, and reboot, knowing the main production database is completely insulated from the fallout. Spinning up these environments takes minutes, not hours. Development teams can request immediate stakeholder feedback on fully functional, production-grade simulations without committing to the heavy overhead of long-term architecture. This graph compares expenditures. While traditional staging costs fluctuate wildly, Xuda displays live running costs upfront, starting at a flat $15 a month. Because rates and caps are calculated before launch, management never encounters budgetary surprises. Xuda's architecture is designed to support the speed of modern front-end development. The platform allows teams to develop, deploy, and stay productive exactly at the moment of inspiration. By replacing blind web links and cumbersome staging servers with precise, isolated device simulators, teams ensure their code works exactly as intended. Xuda preview deployments turn pre-launch guesswork into measurable confidence, serving as a highly cost-effective insurance policy for your live launch.